Good to see you all. Let's begin in Shavasana. So just lay down on your back, take up space, get comfortable, and close the eyes. Legs can be long, palms could be on the heart, on the belly, or just open up to receive. And just connect with the breath, connect with yourself. Why did you choose to spend the 60 minutes on your yoga mat? Maybe it's as simple as just being here and staying here in Shavasana, giving yourself this rest for a little longer, or moving with me. Always the shapes are optional. It's a vinyasa practice. You can always skip the flow, take a child's pose, come back to your breath whenever you need, and modify however you'd like. Robbie George says, in the cathedral of the wild, a glorious language is revealed in every breath. So just noticing what each inhale and exhale reveals. Starting to take deeper, fuller breaths in and out the nose, if that's possible for you. And just noticing how the body feels, that connection to the mat, the connection to yourself, the earth. And just start to make some small movements from the wrists and the ankles, and then rolling everything around. And start to reach the arms up overhead, stretch through the fingers, reach a little more through the right side, point through the right fingers and the right toes, and then release. And then reach a little more through the left side, stretch long, feeling the left side body grow, point the left toes, inhale. And then just kind of sink back down. Let's start to bend the knees and slide the soles of the feet onto the mat. And then eventually just start to gather the knees into the chest, giving them a nice squeeze here, gently rocking on the sacrum. And then let's bring the forehead up, really wrap the hands around the shins, forehead towards the knees, squeeze in, inhale. And then on your exhale, open up wide like a starfish, stretch the feet and the arms farther away from each other. And just ground, relax, sink in. And we're going to repeat that a few more times. So on your own inhale, you'll squeeze, curl everything up, kind of compress, breathe in, and maybe even hold the breath for a moment. And then on your exhale, expand, open, and let it go. Feeling the belly release. Let's take two more like that. So inhale, gather everything in together. Breathe in, hold. Exhale, open wide. One more time. Inhale, squeeze it all together. Maybe even clench the face, the jaw, close the eyes, and then exhale, release. Feel the face softening the brow, maybe kind of move the face around, a little face yoga, close and open the mouth, the eyes, move the jaw, the tongue, can flutter the lips here, stick out the tongue for a lion's breath, just exhale audibly. And then slowly we'll gather the knees in again. And we'll bring the hands behind the thighs this time and gently start to rock and roll. We're just going to rock and roll to plant the soles of the feet and take the hands behind the back to lift the spine and lift the heart, lift the chest. Heel toe the feet nice and wide and take them over to the right. And then left hand goes over to the right as well. And just keep turning, keep twisting the torso. Come back through center, switch the legs, both knees point to the left. They can come all the way to the ground. Left hand is towards the left, right hand will wrap around, coming towards the left. You could even bend the elbow, just bow down, let the head and the neck be heavy. And then roll back to center. Press into the feet, spread the palms, inhale, lift the hips, reach the knees forward, lift the thighs. Let the head float back if that feels okay. And then slowly lower back down, tailbone to earth. Lift the heart, lift the chest again. So tent the fingers to find the space and then just drape your chest over your thighs. Again, the head releases. Roll the neck to the left, to the right, right ear to right shoulder, left ear, left shoulder. And then left hand to left kneecap, right palm to right kneecap, and just roll all the way back onto the back. Head, neck, and shoulders release. Elbows start to straighten. Arms are straight as the weight of the legs just kind of pulls and loosens the lower back, stretching the spine. Take 3 slow breaths here. And then open the knees, use the arms to open the knees out wide. Bend the elbows, pull everything to center, squeezing the legs towards each other, and then stretch the arms straight again. Starting to find a big circle, waking up the hip joint. And then you can reverse the circle, so knees come wide and then back together. And notice how that feels in your back, in your arms, in your shoulders. Again, just being aware with the breath, what is revealed in the body. Bring it all together, hands behind the thighs, and again, we rock and roll. We're going to keep gathering momentum, and we're eventually going to find a standing forward fold. The soles of the feet will plant. You can use your hands, you can use your thighs, whatever you need to use to get into a forward fold. Maybe just the feet can plant. Bend the knees deeply so that you're folding over yourself, hinging from the hips. Bend the knees generously as if your thighs can just rest on the, or your chest can rest on the thighs, like a little table there. And then take a halfway lift, lengthen the spine, really press the hands into the legs. Bend the knees again if you want, fold forward. This time, hands to the tops of the feet, just press, and then start to press the hands into the ankles, shins, tracing your body as you slowly straighten the legs, slowly roll up, hands on the side of the body, tracing all the way up to the ceiling. Inhale, lift the heels. And exhale, let them drop dramatically and let the arms just release. They can swing a little bit. My head may be a little bit cut off, but that's all we're doing. Inhale, reach up, lift the heels, and exhale, sigh, let it out. Beautiful. I can see you all doing that there. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. So use the breath and keep going at your own pace. Maybe you go a little faster. Maybe you let the knees bounce a little bit. But the drop of the heels does not have to be light. This is actually good for the bone density. And then you feel that little vibration moving through the body, which is great for the nervous system. Just a few more, and then we'll end in a mountain pose. Keep that big exhale as you come down. Maybe last one. Close the eyes, bring your hands to your heart. Tilt the head back a little bit, floating the ears back slightly. Lift all 10 toes. See if you can spread your toes, and then maybe put them back down on the earth with the greater surface area. Finding your alignment, your power in your mountain pose. On your inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, hinge and fold, bend the knees. Take a little halfway lift, lengthen. Plant the palms, step back to plank. First plank of the practice, just take a breath in, lift the thighs, reach crown of head forward, and then lower the knees to the earth, tabletop. Walk the hands directly under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and then let the belly release for a really slow cow pose and a really slow cat pose. Start to curl towards the belly button. Come back to a neutral spine. Right hand behind the head. Press the head into the hand and open up the elbow to the right. And then close off that space, right elbow towards the left arm. Keep going with the breath. Inhale, open. It doesn't have to come up very high or very far. You'll just feel that stretch. And then close. Once more with the breath, open. Exhale, close. This time as you open, inhale, open, unravel the arm, roll it up, roll the wrist around. You can always practice on your fist or forearm in yoga if your wrist is bearing too much weight. Now we're going to thread the needle. So look at the right palm and thread it under the left armpit, right shoulder, right temple, right ear, gently to the earth. Left hand can stay where it is. It can reach forward. It can reach behind the back. Left leg can stay where it is, or left toes can reach back, hovering or pressing into the earth. If they're hovering, the tendency is roll to the right, so keep drawing your body to the left. Let's take 2 more big full breaths here. When you're ready, replant the left palm, lower the left knee, unravel out, just shake the arm out a little bit. Tabletop, set yourself up again, spreading the fingers nice and wide. And then let the belly release. Inhale, gaze up to the ceiling, pressing into the toenails, pressing into the finger pads. Cow pose and then into cat. Curl it around the spine, tuck the chin, and then find a neutral tabletop. And we'll do the other side. So left hand behind the head, left elbow out wide, and then you open. It can be a subtle movement, doesn't have to be huge, and then close off the chest. Keep going, inhaling and exhaling to close with your own breath. And next time you open, you can extend the left arm up higher to the ceiling and then roll that left wrist, move the fingers around. When you're ready, threading the needle, left arm threads under the right, left ear to the earth, and choose same or different from the other side. Doesn't have to exactly match. Maybe you want to reach the arm forward. Maybe you don't want to stretch the leg back this time, or maybe you do want to challenge the balance or give the calf a little muscle stretch. When you find your posture, breathe in fully. Feel the ribs fill with oxygen. As you're ready, plant the right hand back down so it's supporting you. Lower the right knee if it's lifted and unravel using the weight on the right hand. Unravel out, maybe giving your left hand a little shake. And then tabletop, hands and knees to the mat. All right, we're going to start to activate the core a little bit more. Tuck your toes. Strong in the arms. You could come to the fists or forearms. Lift and hover the knees, a little hovering table. So if you can't see, but my shins are off the mat, knees are off the mat. Step the right leg back and the left leg back. Now you're in plank. Then step the left knee into hover. Step the right knee into hover. Hovering table. Okay, let's do it again. Left leg long, toes behind you. Right toes back, plank. Step the left knee in. Step the right knee in. If you need to lower the knees, go for it. Let's do one more round. Right leg, left leg, maybe playing with which leg leads, stepping in. And then lower both knees at the same time. And take your time going through your cat-cow. It could be really slow. You could start to pick up the pace. You could close the eyes. Really syncing breath to movement. And then start to find neutral tabletop. Let's tuck the toes and let's find our first downward facing dog. Lift the knees, hover the shins, and then hips high, heels back. Bend the left knee deeply and bend the right knee deeply. And then maybe you keep pedaling the legs, or maybe you lift and lower the heels, and maybe you shake the head a little gently, yes and no. And then feet are about hip width distance, hands about shoulder width distance. Inhale, reach the right heel high. Bend the knee, open up the hip, just shake it out a little. Circle it out a little. Three-legged down dog, reach on the right leg high. Inhale, draw your right knee forward and step it down. You can always inch it, help it further forward for a wider or longer stance. Gently the left knee to the earth. Inhale, rise up. Bring the hands to, you can just kind of shimmy them out, release. Hands to the shoulders. And then we're going to kind of swim the arms forward, one and then the other, or together. Maybe you take it backwards like a backstroke, just kind of opening up the shoulder blades here. Okay, when you're ready, start to steady yourself, drawing everything back to center. So front leg and back leg are kind of pulling towards each other. Right forearm to right thigh, left arm over the ear. And again, this side stretch doesn't have to be really dramatic. You'll just feel yourself lifting out of the left hip crease as you reach the left arm over. Full breath in and out. And then both hands come inside the right leg. Tuck the left toes. We're going to move into a deep side lunge skandasana. The right leg is staying bent. So the left heel rolls down and then maybe the left toes lift. Or you could be more upright. It's your choice, deep lunge or side lunge. Okay, picture your warrior two. We're already going there. With or without the help of the hands, rise up. Right knee is still bent. Adjust your feet, your toes, back leg is straight. Inhale here. Exhale, sink a little deeper. And then on your inhale, rise up, star pose. So heels come in, toes come out. And then warrior two to the back of your mat. Left foot turns, left knee bends. Outer edge of the right foot really presses into the earth. Breath in, breath out. Soften the shoulder blades, the fingertips, the face. And then inhale back to star pose. Curl the hands to the mat, framing the foot. And you have time to take your first flow, your first vinyasa. Right foot steps back, plank pose. You can lower the knees, chest and chin. You can move through child's or tabletop. Or you can lower halfway, cobra or up dog for your back bend choices. And take your time making your way to downward facing dog. Move it around, take a full breath when you get to down dog. Okay, from down dog, let's inhale, left heel high, bend the knee, open up the hip. Keep squaring the shoulders, pressing evenly through left and right hand. And then when you're ready, three-legged dog, left heel high. Inhale, look forward, step forward, giving yourself a nice long stance and gently lowering the right knee to the mat. Inhale, rise up. And then let the shoulders go. Give them a little break. Hands to the shoulders. And again, you start to kind of go forward or back, swimming arms together or one leading. Going at your own pace. Just kind of feeling into the back, into the shoulder blades. And then when you're ready, just draw everything back together. Left forearm, left thigh, reach the right arm to the left. You could heel toe the left foot a little wider if that supports your balance, but use the core, really squeeze the legs towards each other to support the posture. As you lean, it challenges the stability. Really press forearm into thigh. One more inhale. And then exhale, both hands inside the left foot. And we're transitioning to that side lunge. So the back leg lifts off the ground and then maybe spin onto the heel, toes up, or just a side lunge, a little more upright. Hands could be using the earth for support to lift the chest, or hands could be hovering and balancing. Okay, visualize warrior two. Whatever you need to get there, use your props, use the floor, or rise up, open up the arms. Nice transition. Left knee is bent. Stay for a breath. Find your alignment, shoulders over hips. On your inhale, sweep everything up, straighten the arms, straighten the legs, star pose, and then we turn to the back of your mat. Bend the right knee. and lower the arms into warrior two. Stay for a breath. Inhale, rise up. And cartwheel the hands back to the top of your mat, stepping left foot to meet the right. Pause in plank. You could push straight to down dog. You could find child's pose. You could find your flow of choice with or without the chaturanga, with or without the knees. Take your time transitioning. The choice is always yours. Doesn't have to look the same each time, each practice. Just let each breath dictate how you want to move. Full breath in downward facing dog. And then let's all take a wider stance. So step your feet out a little wide to the edge of the mat. Bend your knees slightly and the heels will kind of turn in. They're lifted, but they'll turn in. So toes are turning out. Start to walk palms back. So you're coming into a squat. Maybe the heels stay lifted, or maybe in your body the heels can come down when you're in a malasana squat. It doesn't matter if they're lowered or lifted. Maybe your hips are a little higher, just depends on each body. If you can, palms press, elbows into the inner thighs, lift the heart. Option is stay here. Option to lower the left hand and reach the right hand high. Option is stay here or bend the elbows and kind of bring the right hand behind the back, left hand around the shin, maybe grabbing for your clothes or grabbing for your fingers. This is a place you could use like a scarf or a belt. Squeezing a little bind. Okay, release. Press the palms at heart center to reset. Let's take a forward fold to reset. So feet can stay kind of wide, knees can stay a little bit bent. Just let the head go. Sit back down into your squat. Either stay here or right hand down, left hand up. Stay here or bend the right elbow, wrapping it in front of the right shin. Left elbow bends behind the back. That could be enough, just kind of looking up to the left, opening the left shoulder. Or maybe you play with reaching fingertips towards each other, or hand to waistband, or shirt, or shorts. If you're binding or half binding, release. Come back to center. Press the palms together. Press into the heels and rise all the way to stand. Heel toe the feet back to center. Press the palms above you and pull them into your heart. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up. Little back bend. Cactus the arms, open the chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift to lengthen the spine. And then crawl yourself forward. Downward facing dog. Okay, let's lift the right heel high. Warrior two, we've been here already, coming into it in a more traditional way. Stepping open into a big wide stance. The left hand is going to sweep to the right hand like you're painting a rainbow in the air. So inhale, sweep, left arm forward. And then bow and arrow, exhale, pull it back. One more time to do that. Sweep your sunset, inhale, exhale. This time, left arm's going to go under and you're going to transition to high lunge. So pick up the left heel, turn all 10 toes forward, hips, shoulders squared to the front of your room. Widen your stance if you're wobbling. Exhale, airplane arms, heart forward. Inhale, rise back up. One more time, airplane arms. Your right foot is the base. You're going to come to a one-legged mountain. Lift the left thigh. Whew. If you need to set your left toes down, you can. Lift the left knee. And then just sit into a chair pose. Both feet down, arms back, lift the heels. Exhale, heels down, arms up, press into the right foot. So I gave you a little break on that balance. Left thigh lifts again. And now we're going to come into tree pose. We usually seal the practice with this, but we're going to do a little balance in the middle. So left foot can be as a little kickstand with the toes on the earth, anywhere but directly on the knee. Setting yourself up and try not to look at something that's moving, like another human or myself. Maybe hands at heart or reverse prayer. You can grow your branches, envision what kind of tree you are in the wild. Really press the foot into the thigh and thigh back into the foot, and see if you can even out your hips. The right hip wants to drop. Lift the chest, stand a little taller, but really root through your feet. Feel the roots beneath you. One more inhale. And then exhale, see if you can come to one-legged mountain again, just for a moment. And then set it down, shake it out, making the choice to exit without falling out. Let's take a vinyasa. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Half lift, lengthen. You can skip this. Step or hop back gently, going through your flow. No rush. Breath to movement. Downward facing dog. Okay, left heel lifts, warrior two. Nice wide stance. Open up. And then right arm's gonna sweep. So inhale, right arm up and over, and then power pull it back. Again, inhale, gently sweep, and then exhale, pull the bow and arrow. Now we're coming into high crescent lunge facing the front. Sweep the right arm under, pick up the back heel, shoulders and hips align again, arms high, and then exhale, chest forward, arms back. Inhale, lift. This time you use the arms to help you with a little momentum. Sweep them back. Left foot is the base, left ankle has to stabilize, and then rise up. If you need to set your foot down, you can. Find the balance. And then let's give our balance a break. Both feet down, hips down, arms back. Maybe float the heels. Exhale, heels down. Press into the left foot, rise back up. Arms lift by the ears. Lift the right thigh. And then take the right knee out and find your tree pose on the second side. Arms don't have to be identical. You can place the foot in a different location. Take two more slow, steady, smooth breaths. And you stand a little taller. And then slowly lift the right knee back up, lift the arms up, and set it down. Give yourself a little shake. And then plant the feet and just give them a little bounce. And maybe the heels lift, maybe they stay down, maybe the feet lift. Again, just feeling the bounce, the vibration in the body. Just hopping a little bit. And then slowing that down. And pausing. Hands to the heart, stand for a breath, close the eyes. On your inhale, you can open the eyes or keep them closed. Sweep the arms high. Exhale, fold. Half lifts, long spine. Plant palms, step back, plank pose. And then we're going to bend and hover the knees again one more time. Hover the knees just a little bit. Heels to the left, knees to the right. Just feel that side stretch in the obliques. Come back to center. You can stay hovering at center. If you want to, you can give your knees a break. Lower down, give your core a break. Knees float to the left, toes point left, heels point right. Just feel the side body. Come back to center. And then everybody, knees come down. Walk the arms forward for puppy pose. Forehead or chin to the mat. So hips are staying up high over the knees. One or two more breaths here. And then you're welcome to stay even longer, or if you want to move into just a traditional child's pose, that's another option. Just taking the knees out wide and bringing the hips to the heels. And we'll have another cycle of about 5 or 6 breaths from your puppy or your child's pose. One more round of breath. And then wherever you are, start to sink the hips back to the heels and then start to crawl the hands towards the knees. So you're just coming to sit on your shins. So torso will begin to rise. You can bring the knees closer together if they're wide apart. And then you can tuck the toes. This can be a lot. So whenever you get tired of that, you can just come back. But it's really great for the fascia, the bottoms of the feet. Okay, give yourself a hug left under right. Really squeeze the shoulders. Stay here or full eagle wrap the arms and just move around if you want. And it's too much for the toes, you can lift up a little higher. Or again, you can let them go. If you lift up, you have a little more space to move. But if you stay down, you can still do a lot of curling and rounding. Just kind of moving around into the shoulder blades. However you're moving is right. Just really feeling the sensations. Another breath. And then release. Let it go. Shake out the arms. Bring the palms down and just tap out the feet. And let's go for the second side. So if you had enough of the toe tucking, you can keep them untucked. If you want more activation of the feet, this time right under left, you could just hug here and move around from here. If the eagle arm wrap works for you on this side, go for it. Gives you a little more space to move, and you could be lower or you could be lifted. Take one more big breath. Then when you're ready, unravel, feel the fresh blood coming into your arms, great for circulation. Tabletop, tap out the feet, maybe shake out the wrists a little. And when you're ready, tuck the toes and find downward facing dog. All right, right heel high, step it forward, warrior two. Forearm to thigh side angle. Reach the left arm over the ear. You can stay right here. If you want to challenge yourself with the unsupported, you can reach the right arm forward. Maybe stay for 2 or so breaths and then come back. If you want to find a half bind, you'll bend the elbow, bring it behind the back, and maybe wrap it to your pants or around your hip. If you want to find the full bind, the right hand goes under, but don't compromise the spine to get into it. Make sure you can still lift out of it. You might need to shorten your stance. You could be staying right here, just breathing in the side angle. If you're in a half or full bind and you want to go further into bird of paradise, step the left foot to meet the right and lift the right heel. And then you begin to rise up, balancing on the left foot. So we did a little balance already. Lift the heart, lift the chest. Maybe the right leg starts to stretch open. Give yourself a couple full breaths wherever you are. And if you're balancing, you can slowly start to come back down. We're all going to meet in that side angle. And then let's rise up into star. Hands behind the head, heels in, toes out. Bend the knees. Squeeze everything in. Heels towards each other. Inhale, straighten the legs. One more time, goddess squat. Come on down. Lean the head back into the hands, elbows wide. Tilt the right elbow to the right. Doesn't have to go down very far. Inhale, center. One more time to the left. Inhale, back to center. Hands to the thighs. And just let your shoulder dip. You can stay and hold it. Or you could switch sides. If you lift one heel, or if you kind of shift the weight, you might feel some different sensations. When you're ready, you're going to press into the feet and rise back up into star. Let's cartwheel the hands down, step back, go through a flow or just right into downward facing dog before we move to the second side. All right, if you're ready, left heel high, warrior two. No rush to get there. From warrior two, left forearm, left thigh, press the forearm into the thigh to give the space in the left side body. Reach the right arm over the ear. Maybe you extend the left arm alongside the ear too and feel the core challenge, the obliques working, and then reset. Maybe the right hand bends and comes behind you, rolling the right shoulder back. Maybe left hand under left thigh, half or full bind. And again, you could just be in a side angle. If you're ready, you can step right foot forward, left heel lifts this time, and the right foot is the balancing one. Bird of Paradise, side angle, any variation from side angle, half or full binding. Whatever you're choosing is a great choice. If you're still moving or balancing, one more breath and start to make your way slowly, taking the time to transition back to the side angle. And then let's rise up, star pose. Again, this time just the elbows and the knees bend out wide, squeeze the shoulder blades together, cactus the arms. Inhale, lift it back up. One more time, squeeze, and then forearms into thighs and kind of press the thighs back into the forearms. And again, maybe you shift the weight. Let's start to lift the hips, parallel the feet, and take a wide-legged forward fold. Hands can interlace around the head. Hands could reach for the ankles or like a down dog reaching forward. You have 5 full cycles of breath to choose your forward fold arm variation. Can you lift a little bit out of the heels and put a little more weight into the toes as they spread? Take one more full breath. Then bring the hands under the chest and lengthen the spine. Lift the heart. Crawl to walk your hands to the top of the mat. And let's all step back to down dog. Hips high, downward facing dog. All right, look to the top of the mat. Tiptoe the feet in, bend the knees, a chance to hop or step or walk. Land softly at the top of the mat on your exhale. Lengthen the spine, flatten the back. Exhale, fold. Let's find a chair pose. And then left foot takes all the weight, right knee lifts a little bit. Cross the right thigh. It's time for full eagle. You can have a little kickstand with the right toes if that's all that you want to do today. That's perfectly great. Maybe you double wrap. Right arm under the left, hug, or wrap. Full eagle. Squeeze it all together. We're just staying for 2 more breaths. Can you sink a little lower in the hips, but lift the heart, lift the chest. Great for circulation. So as we squeeze it together, when we open up, in the next exhale, you'll feel some new blood flow. Exhale, unravel, open it up like a star, shake it out. Woo. And then bring the feet under the hips, hands to the heart. Vinyasa or skip it, and we have the other side. Inhale, lift, exhale, fold. Half lift, lengthen, take your time, going through your flow, taking your back bend of choice. We're finding a child's pose or some cat-cows. Let's take 3 cleansing breaths in down dog before we move. Okay, another opportunity to hop. So maybe tiptoe the feet in, bend the knees, and how softly and quietly can you land if you're jumping, or maybe you just walk to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, feet together or feet wide apart. Listen to your lower back. Right foot is the base. Maybe just the left heel lifts, and then you pick up the whole left leg. Cross the left thigh over the right. Stay seating in your chair. Maybe left toes as a kickstand or a double wrap if that works on this side for you. Hug or full eagle. As if we didn't do enough balancing poses today, we're getting this one more in. And then we will start the cool down with a little bit of active poses and then some more passive poses. Squeeze it together. Really good if you've been sedentary or if you've been traveling to bring some circulation back into the body. One more breath, squeeze. Exhale, open, shake. All right, mountain pose, stand tall, stand steady. Hands to heart or palms forward, just roll the shoulders back. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over yourself. Halfway lifting, and we meet in down dog. The flow is there, or it's something that you can skip. Okay, from down dog, right leg high. Right knee crosses the body to the left leg. Fallen star. Kick the right heel away from you. Outer edge of the right foot plants. And left heel rolls down. Hips lift. Left arm lifts. And then slowly bring the left hand down and start to bend the right knee. We're coming into half pigeon. If it didn't work for you to get into it that way, just come back to down dog, slide the right knee, right shin forward, lift the chest, elbows and hands nice and wide. So fingers wide. And you can stay upright. You could add those shoulder dips. A little more passive of a pigeon to start, kind of twisting the thoracic spine. Feeling the twist and letting the shoulders release. And when you've had enough of that, if you want to go into a more passive half pigeon, sleeping half pigeon, come to the forearms, come to a pillow, a block, forehead. You could also take figure 4 on the back. It's the same stretch, the same posture, but if this is bothering your knees or not working for your hips, pigeon on the back is figure 4. Another couple of cycles of breath. When you're ready, start to press out of that. Find a downward facing dog, but shake the right leg out a little bit. Give it a little shake. And then maybe right and left foot, just enjoy being on the earth again. Lift the right leg and step it outside the right hand. Lower the left knee. So we're coming into a passive pigeon or a passive lizard. Left knee is down. Right hand can go into the right leg to kind of open that up. Or again, you could come towards the earth. Option also to add a quad stretch. Lots of options. Do you feel like you want the quads? Do you want the hip opening? Do you want the kind of folding and bowing down? One more big breath. Gently start to release, planting both hands and stepping both feet back, down dog. Pedal out the feet. And let's do one last thing before we switch sides. So shift forward to plank. You could lower the right knee and shin. You could lower onto the fist or the forearm. We're going to take a side plank. Heels to the right, toes to the left, left arm to the sky. Maybe left foot stacks or hovers or finds a tree pose. And then if you want, you could step the left foot behind the right for a wild thing, opening the heart and the chest up. Slowly, slowly unravel, left palm down, hips high down dog. And then the left heel will lift. Bend the knee, open up the hip a little bit. And then we're going to cross left knee towards the right. Kick the left foot through. Outer edge of the foot plants and the right heel spins down. Lift the hips as the right hand reaches to the sky. And then slowly the right hand comes down, bend the left knee, start to straighten the right leg behind you if it's not perfectly straight. And then you stay upright. So half pigeon on the other side. You can go right into a sleeping pigeon, or if you liked to lift the heart, lift the chest, and kind of dip shoulders, that option is there for you. If you haven't moved towards a sleeping pigeon yet, and you'd like to find some passive stretching, a more isometric hold, go into that sleeping pigeon, or again, pigeon on the back. Maybe it works for one leg, but not the other, or one side and not the other. So you can always do figure 4 on the back. Your next cycle of breath, you can start to exit. Starting to press back up into the palms. Tuck the right toes under and maybe stretch and shake out the left side. And then from your downward facing dog, you shift forward, plank pose. Maybe the left knee and shin come down, or left forearm comes down for support, or you roll the heels to the left, point the toes to the right. Keep lifting the hips as the right hand stacks and rises. Hips and shoulders stacked, maybe feet stacked or feet hovering. You could bend the right knee and find a tree pose variation. And if and when you're ready and you want to flip the dog or kind of find the wild thing, the right foot just steps off the earth, heel can stay lifted, toes plant, and open the chest and the heart to the sky. Unravel back to your final downward facing dog. And then look to your hands. Gently tiptoe or gently hop forward so that you can keep the knees bent and just find a seat. Feet towards the top of the mat. Roll yourself down. We'll take one bridge pose. So planting the feet. It could be a supported bridge with your hands under the sacrum. Totally an option. Or if you have a block or a bolster, it's a nice place to just kind of let the body lay in a more passive stretch. Otherwise, thrust the palms, lift the hips. You could weave the shoulders under and interlace the hands. Or again, you can bend the elbows and use the hands on the sacrum to support. Press into all four corners of the feet. If you're staying active, lift the hips a little higher. And if you're just resting into the block, there's nothing you have to do, but just let the block or your hands take the weight. As you're ready, unravel the arms and slowly tuck the tailbone to roll it down. Bring the knees into the chest, give them a little squeeze, rock gently side to side. And then either just take both knees over to the left or eagle wrap the legs, crossing right over left, bump hips to the right for a little more space and let the knees float. So knees could be stacked one over the other or a deeper stretch, the eagle wrap. Turn your head right, close the eyes. If you feel ready, come back to center. Maybe shake the legs or give yourself a hug. And then both knees together to the right or cross the left over the right, bump hips left and float them all the way to the earth. Opening up your left arm and turning your left ear to the left. If and when you feel ready, start to roll back to center. And again, gather the knees in. Give yourself a big hug, a big squeeze, forehead to the knees. Squeeze everything in. Inhale and hold. Pause. Hold the breath for a moment. Exhale. Open up. Corpse pose. Finding stillness. I'll give you silence. Just surrendering here. There's nothing to do for the next 4 or 5 minutes, but integrate all the benefits of the hard work that your body has done. So I'll guide you out when it's time. Maybe you take a deeper breath in and a slower breath out. And maybe you find some small movement in the fingers and in the toes. And just slowly, with no sense of urgency, you use the next 8 to 10 breaths to find your way to a comfortable seat. Maybe rocking and rolling or rolling to one side and pausing. The eyes can remain closed, the breath can stay heavy. And just notice what is revealed in the breath and the nervous system. And Yours the Daily Word says, when you learn something wonderful about yourself and wonder what else you've been hiding, you learn that 1, you are not done, and 2, you are never done. So from a seat, place the hands wherever it resonates for you in this moment. Sit a little taller. Exhale the air out. Inhale, fill up fully, and let that go. Nice practice. Definitely hydrate. That wasn't easy. Thanks for moving with me as always. Great work.